strength training for the total body, including the major muscle groups, the legs, core, arms, and shoulders. Because we are including the shoulders with the legs, we have to choose a weight that the shoulders can lift. So it's not going to be a true strength training for the legs. This is mainly for coordination and balance and agility. So I'll show you here. I'm going to use 6 kilograms because my shoulder can lift 6 kilos and obviously my legs can lift 6 kilos. The main thing you need to avoid is choosing weight that's too light. This is really easy for my shoulder, so I can move the weight in any direction. The important part is that you have the arms straight up, and it's much better with the heavier weight so that the arm is forced to stay perpendicular to gravity. Okay, so let's get started. The first one, I have a small stool here. You can use something lower or higher depending on your ability. Many fitness clubs or even people at home will have one of those steps that you can raise or lower depending on your ability. So the first exercise, and I'll show you some variations. This is the main movement. You start with the weight down here. You do an exercise for the arms. And now for the shoulders, and then for the legs, also incorporating the balance because you're staying on one leg. Just make sure the hips stay even. Then come down and lower the weight, excuse me. And you're going to repeat that for the other leg. So the upper body movement, keeping the weight above your head. Step onto your stool or step, lift up, and then back down. So that's the main movement. Now there are variations. If I put the weight in one hand, now I'm using a lot more of this area of the body, and I also have to use the core to balance this imbalance that I have with this weight only on one side. So if you have a dumbbell, you can do a curl. I can actually do the curl with the rock, so I'll do it with the rock. Starting down here, a curl, a press, step up onto your stool, and here I can also do another press. If you put your fingers right here, you will feel that these muscles are tightening, which means they're working. Okay, same thing, other side. Watching my wire, I'm going to do a bicep curl, shoulder press, stepping up, watching the balance, hips are even. I'm going to do another press, and then I step down. Okay, now a slight variation would be stepping up sideways, because now you're going to use a lot more of these side muscles. So set yourself up. I'll start at the bottom, do a curl and a press. I step up onto my stool sideways, feeling all these muscles right here working, lifting up slowly so I'm not using momentum. I do another press, and then I step back down. And maybe the reverse view will help you, so I'll go back to the camera. So I do the curl, a press, my leg steps up onto the stool. Slowly, I do another press. And you'll see I'm moving a little bit, which is great to develop the ankles, knees, hips. And I step down. Okay, now I've used this, but there's many other things. You can use a medicine ball. You can use a barbell. Here I have a barbell. I think it weighs about 10 kilos. And the movement's the same. I can do it with both arms, stepping up, or I can do it with one arm. And so I have the curl rotating the bar. I do a press, step up, slowly. I can add in another press. And then I come back down and finish it off. I won't do it with the other arm because I think the cord will get in the way. So that's one that you can do. Total body. I'll just put this down here out of the way. Another one you can do, and depending on your level of fitness, depending on your joints, you might want to raise the ground by putting a step. I'll show you, maybe I can use that one. So the first movement, same as the first exercise I showed you. Bicep curl, shoulder press. I have my feet slightly wider than hip width, so I have space for my elbows. My back is straight, my elbows come inside my knees. I use the weight as leverage so I can move slowly, get my hips on the ground, and then I come down into a sit-up, and I put my elbows back at 90 degrees so I can do an upper back movement. And then coming back up, I straighten the arms to use the weight to help me lift up. And I missed it that time, so I come up, I prepare my back for the squat, and then I come back up, and that's one repetition. Now, I'll try this. It's a little bit small, but it'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Just to raise up the ground, there's less impact on the knees and the hips. The movement is exactly the same. Lining myself up. So the bicep curl, shoulder press, legs slightly wider than hip distance. My toes are also pointing outwards slightly. My back is straight. I find the ground, and then I roll back. It's nice to have a platform for your head. This time I won't. My elbows are at 90. I do an upper back movement. And then I straighten my arms again, using the weight to help lift me up. Remove my hips from the platform, prepare my back to come back up. And that's one rep. So you can do 5 or 10. The main thing is to go slowly and not to use momentum, so that you're training all the muscles, but you're also incorporating agility, balance, and concentration.